is a harsh light.
Hey everybody, this is Cass and Zoe in this really very bright,
Sunshiny Exeter Friday the 13th.
It is super bright, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is Friday the 13th. How amazing and auspicious. It's also full moon. Wow, harvest full moon today, guys.
Is that really?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
harvest time?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I suppose we are harvesting. I've been foraging. I've been invited to do some foraging as well. But I think what we were going to talk about, which is really pertinent, is getting real and kind of not hiding our light, actually showing up. So, hey.
And I promise you, I'm not hiding my light. it's super
Protecting
bright.
your eyes.
So yeah, this is something that Cass and I had a real kind of confab on last week after our live, because it is so prevalent. I see this again and again and again, not just in other people, but myself as well. I think Cass can also
attest to that.
Attest
of
to that,
of course,
yeah.
I'm human. Hey?
It's something
We're all in this together.
Yeah, we are a tribe. We exist as a tribe, and therefore we want to look good. We want to fit in with the tribe. It's just evolutionary bias. However, what this relates to is that proverbial, glossy Instagram feed, the perfect social media, and underneath everything, there is that truth that we are hiding, we are suppressing, and we are not sharing with the people around us.
And if we could just understand that people see us in such a different perspective, they actually admire us, they actually really want to be around us, and we're not seeing that in our own selves, and that is what kind of puts the filter up and says, no, I'm not good enough, I'm not ready for this. But you know what, the world is ready for you, and the world is ready for us, and that's why we're doing this. That's why we're coming to you live on Facebook, because we want to kind of just show that even though we're not perfect, it's okay.
Totally not perfect.
It's okay. And you matter. Your life actually does matter.
Yeah, and I want to say on that, this is Suicide Prevention Month, right? In the US, I think at least. I'm not sure about the UK, but I've heard quite a few like podcasters talking about this, and people on Facebook about the whole thing about suicide prevention. And hey, if you're just joining us, do say hello. And it's so important, I think, this notion, because a lot of that mental health stuff really comes from the feeling that we cannot share ourselves in our truth, in our absolute essence.
I know.
And that we are not, as Cass said, that we feel we're not good enough. And how very sad that we are all feeling this way to different degrees.
To different degrees, yeah. And I just think, as the light kind of dims and autumn and winter descend on us, people do withdraw, and we just need to know that we're here for each other, and that is really our heart connection. So if you are feeling the need to connect, don't go on social media, rather actually just pick up the phone and reach out to someone who can help you, because that is important, and what you have to say is important to other people. And we all have our stories, and the narrative that we tell us is not always the truth, so that's what we're telling our own self. So reaching out and hearing someone else's opinion of where we're at and what's going on in their lives is a way that we can work through our stuff.
Definitely. And just constantly sharing, and being real with the people at the school gates, the other parents, with the people at the yoga studio you go to. I'm not saying that you kind of just vomit everything up. Nobody wants that.
Hell no.
But just learning to show up more authentically on a daily basis, and bit by bit, people learning who you actually are. Underneath it all, they maybe see a certain side of you, and what about sharing those other parts of you?
The whole person.
Yeah, the whole person. And
Don't
also,
be afraid.
And also, I think on that theme of wholeness, what about sharing that idea of wholeness with yourself as well? Because so many of us, I know, do not feel whole. We feel broken in different layers, in different parts of ourselves. And I want to tell you that you're not broken. We're not kind of splitting apart at the seams or imploding or exploding, although it may feel like it at times. We are whole, and our journey is to return to that.
To recognize that.
To recognize, to remember that actual truth of our wholeness.
You've nailed it again, Zoe. You really do actually speak authentically and with such a light. So yeah, I'm very grateful for your words.
This has been my journey, and that's why I am so passionate about sharing this, because not too long ago I felt very, very broken. And you know, one of my earliest yoga mentors, Andrea Durant in Exeter, she helped me to realize that my dream of being happy, healthy and whole, which felt such a massive, massive dream far off at the time, she helped me to realize that that was already who I was.
So what's the lesson there? That, you know, we've got to choose our friends and just like really connect with people who can help us and
absolutely
who are available.
Seek out support.
Yeah, don't kind of wallow with other people's negativity. Actually find people who are positive and find things that are positive in your life. So like my little dog that I adopted, Billy, have a look at the camera. No, he's on his own mission.
He's chasing
squirrels.
He
is my little portal of light, and it brings me back to the present moment every single time I have to deal with some of the crap that he dishes up for me.
Aww.
But you know what? It's all good.
Billy. There he is.
He's a very cute Bill. He's perhaps the cutest Billy in the whole world. You'll be seeing more of him. You'll be seeing more of us. Thank you so much.
We'd love to hear your questions, your thoughts, your ideas, what you struggle with in terms of being raw and real in the world and what that means to you. So do let us have those comments and suggestions below, and we would love to get back to you to talk about it. Not you directly, obviously, but to talk about it live here.
Perfect.
Okay.
Have a wonderful Friday the 13th.
Yeah, go be witches.
White witches.
White witches, yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah!